Oh man. Long day. Long Friday. Well, at least we're able to get Mr. Mad on Guard as our client. And we know that he didn't do it, which is very important. So now what should we do? Well, the trial's tomorrow. We only get this one chance. There's only one way to prove Mr. Guard's innocence. We have to find the real killer. Okay. Let's start looking. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't come in without... Good morning. Hold on, it's you. What is going on around here? That poor Juan was killed, is that true? Is a bad rerun, is this? No, there's still Samurai doing with the most evil of deeds. You know, that's not entirely... if you know that I was a huge fan of Juan's. Why, oh, why do all the stars I'm interested in drop one by one like flies? It's always been that way. Class Hamster was fine. The other kids started to Queen Reaper. Whoever your name, evil spell dies. Actually, I wanted to ask you about the murder and what happened. Huh, don't push me, boy. Mr. Nick, I couldn't hear everything she said because she was talking too fast. So bad, could you please speak a little slower? Don't boss me around, you spiky haired smarty pants. My dear Hammer died a year ago in that dreadful murder. And only recently did I finally find a star that makes this heart go but-up again. I don't know what to say. I ask you, why does every star I cheer for always end up kicking the bucket? I don't want your words. No one's going to get away with saying anything bad about my wand. But I haven't said anything. Well, I don't believe a word that woman says anyways. Huh? What woman? That irritating backwater girl with the afro and a horrible country accent. I mean, what is the matter? What is that matter of speaking supposed to be? And why does she never stop? Honestly, women these days, they don't know the meaning of the word. When I was a young man, that was so beautiful. And despite this, I pressed flowers to read stars. Pearls, are you thirsty? A little. Okay, I'll go get you some juice or something. Thank you very much. Hey, are you paying attention? Youngins today. I'm guessing Miss Oldbag heard everything from Lotta. I'm gonna ask you about what happened around the time of the murder. I don't know anything about that. I was here getting ready. Getting ready for what? The show, of course. Well, in a press conference afterwards. Cue mysterious music for the magical press conference. Anyway, I don't know anything about the murder. I see. But if you're talking about what I saw, that's different. I saw it very clearly. What? I saw the most important moment of the night. The most important moment? You don't mean... Oh, so now you treat me with respect, you disrespectful child. When you speak to your elders, you should always be polite. Really, kids these days. Please tell me, what did you see? Oh my god. The murder last night was gruesome, wasn't it? But then what murder isn't? Please don't stray on to another tangent, please. You want to hear more, then show your respect and bring this lady a present. Okay. It's like the investigation is still in full swing. Hotel staff and the police are running around like a bunch of headless chickens. I wonder if we could do any investigating of our own in this kind of atmosphere. Well, gotta roll up the sleeves and try, I guess. Give it the old college try. Hey, you're here! Been waiting for you, Mr. Lawyer. Lotta. Hey, Mr. Cop fella. The thief showed his face. What? Arrest him, put him on trial, find him guilty, give him the death penalty. What's wrong, Lotta? Are you feeling alright? Looked here and there and up and down the mountain, but it ain't here. So why don't you just hurry up and give it back to me, you creep? What are you looking for? My camera. C-A-M-E-R-A. It's my lifeblood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera. Your camera? Look, don't lots of people say the criminal always goes back to the scene of the crime? And looky, here you are. Yep, here I am, faced with a lot of trouble. Huh? You lost your camera. It ain't no ordinary camera. You buy it in a store and it's $1,600 brand new. Huh? But didn't you just say you bought it for $700? I had a nice long talk with the guy at the store, about 5 hours, I reckon. I made this itty bitty scratch on it, and the manager got all huffed in the face. He gave me his talking to and was real mad and mean about it, too. He done made me cry at that. When did you lose your camera? Last night after the murder happened. Must have been when I was busy running around looking for things. That's when I lost sight of my dear, darling, expensive camera. Did you have it around your neck or something? Lada, what did you capture with that expensive camera of yours? I don't rightly know. I snapped a shot of anything that caught my eye. So I don't remember, and besides, I couldn't get anything from my big scoop. I wonder if Lada's missing camera is even connected to the murder. Lada, please tell me what you know about what happened at the time of the murder. Well, from before the ceremony last night, I was hanging around in this area. Yeah, actually, I was here until the time Mr. Ungard was arrested. What were you doing here? You sure you went to school, city boy? Whenever a lot of heart goes, there's a story to be found, a big scoop to be had. A big scoop? I told you before, I'm gonna be the best tabloid photographer the world's ever seen. Reckon, of course, that means I'm always looking for the perfect shot. Wonder what scoop she was after this time. Although, I was also on the lookout for the other stars that were here. So maybe I wasn't here the entire time. Lada, are you sure you weren't here the entire time? You could take a picture for your big scoop? Well, maybe I was, but that's what real journalists do. I got some juicy inside info, so I thought to myself, why not get a picture for proof? What kind of story was it that you would hang around here? Oops, sorry, Mr. Lawyer. Can't be telling you that. Trade secret, you know. Not again. Why does everyone have something to hide? We've been stopped, haven't we? Haha, yep, take that, Mr. Lawyer. I'm glad someone around here is happy. Miss Lada and your I rule smile. Ooh. Ooh. You don't say. Mr. Nick, where are we? We're in Juan Corrida's room, Pearls. Mr. Corrida! The victim. Which makes this the crime scene, too. Oh, it's you! So, what's happened? The kidnapper? Has he contacted you again? Not yet. He probably won't until we win Mr. Ungard's acquittal. You doing okay, pal? Hang in there? I just want Maya to be alright. We don't have a lot of time left, but I'm going to help you as much as I can, pal. Can you do that, even if we want to look around the crime scene? Just this once. Special circumstances, right, pal? I'll even tell you everything I know, but you gotta keep quiet. It's my neck on the line here. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I gotta give you guys a map of the hotel, pal. Here you go, little missy. Wow, you're giving it to me? Thank you. Haha, wouldn't want you to get lost in a hotel too big for its own good. Mr. Nick, I got a map. That's great, Pearls. But Mr. Nick, I can't read what it says. Cause of death. You know what was the cause of death? Well, technically, the final autopsy report isn't out yet. God damn it. But one look at the victim should tell you, pal. It should? Yeah, here's a picture. Yeah, pal, that's the murder weapon. So he was stabbed to death. They're looking at the fingerprints down at the lab right now. There are fingerprints on the knife? Yep, and it looks like they're pretty sure they're Mr. Ungard's prints, pal. That's bad, really bad. Really bad. Why was Mr. Ungard arrested? Because we had evidence on him. Evidence? Looks like the victim, Juan Corrida, really put up a big fight. Yeah, one look at the crime scene, you can tell. There's signs of a struggle everywhere. Well, yeah, during the fight, his button came off. Mr. Ungard said something about a button. Something like one of the Jamma Ninjas got caught in his hakama. That's not all. What? There was a witness, pal. A witness? Who was it? That lady. This old bag. Please, anyone but her. The prosecution has plenty of evidence to make a solid case. There's something around where the victim was that's a little off. Something that's a little off? As in, that's for you to figure out, pal. Alright, let's try to figure it out, Mr. Nick. That's your present from the kidnapper, huh? While you're talking, it sends and receives radio waves. If we could trace that. Yeah, we could use it to find out where the bad guy is. Use radio waves, huh? I got it. I'll go find a radio scanner. I'll let you borrow it, pal. Nice. Wow, there are a lot of bears! Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have? There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears. Poor teddies. It's hard to bear with all these problems. I don't think I want to bear with the trauma that last case caused me. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Never you mind. What sort of things in this refrigerator? The carrot juice bottle and the tomato juice bottle are both empty. Empty? Too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess. Raw vegetable juices. I guess he must have been a real health nut. Oh, there's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam, too. Maybe red was his favorite color? That's a bed, right? Yep, it's big, but it's a bed. Ah, Mr. Nick's so soft. Big beds must be a rarity for her. Looks like Mr. Cord had dinner last night. It's bottled, it's tomato juice. We had a lot of food at the award show last night, but I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this. This is a guitar case, I guess. A little beat up, but still usable. That's strange, the guitar's not here. Maybe you forgot to bring it to the show. But Mystic Maya, she said that the bright red guitar was the Jammin' Ninja's signature item. That's true. Huh? Guitar case is wet, but it's only wet on the top of the lid. Yeah, there's no water inside the case. This is just water. This is water, isn't it? Intriguing. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Corda fought his assailants. Where are these bits of glass from? A flower vase, maybe? Vase. There are flowers on the floor, but I don't know what they are. You don't know much about flowers, do you, Mr. Nick? It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it. Ew, tomato juice, I don't really like it much. There's a bottle of it on the table over there. That's probably where this came from. Doesn't it seem weird? What seems weird? I mean, everything else is scattered all over the floor. She's right. The flower vase was broken and the makeup is strewn everywhere. Why is this glass the only thing that's still alright? About this wine glass. Ah, so you noticed it, pal. The whole crime scene was a mess, but this glass was the only thing that was untouched. You noticed that too, Detective Gumshoe? No, actually Miss Von Karma noticed it first. Yeah, Pearls noticed it before me too. Hey, wait a minute. So does that mean Miss Von Karma's here at the hotel? Yeah, she's around. Man, you're going to be in so much trouble, pal. Especially if she catches you in here. Well, you can bet the instant I see her, I'll be running the 1,000-meter dash. What's that beeping noise, Mr. Nick? Heard this sound somewhere before. It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? For some reason, whenever I hear that sound, she pops up out of nowhere and whips me. Come to think of it, that's exactly what happened the last time. Sorry, I gotta make myself scared, pal. Ow! At last, you reveal your true nature, Mr. Phoenix Wright. It'd be too much to ask for you to be nice for a change. You're the type to steal information from pitiful, hopeless detectives. That's very dishonorable of you. Ow! Hey, don't you dare run away, Scruffy McTrenchcoat! Scruffy McTrenchcoat. I didn't think the detectives of this country could be this pitiful. Wah! Detective, come over here for a second. Yow! I feel better knowing at least you were man enough to face your punishment. He was so scared he just froze up on the spot. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you have soiled my perfect prosecution record. I'll never forget that. This time, victory is mine. Victory is yours? Is that all this means to you? What? Come, Scruffy. The investigation briefing is about to begin. Yes, sir. This isn't over yet, I swear on my family's honor. Your family has no honor anymore. Ow, what did you just throw at me now? What is this? Oh, I guess this means I gotta get back to the precinct now, pal. If you ever need me, come down to the Criminal Affairs Department, alright? And if you can, try not to let Miss Von Karma see you. Or what? What the fuck she's gonna do? I can go down there if I want. Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper? It's called an autograph. Autograph? Paper's got Mr. Corrida's name written on it, so it's his autograph. I can't read it at all. To be honest, I've never seen writing that looks like this. It's a special way of writing called cursive. Look here, see how it says "to my dearest Wendy" in more normal letters here? This sloppy, unreadable writing? It's crazy and cruel to give this to someone. Hold on. Wendy. I've heard that name somewhere before. It's Wendy Oldbag. Where are we? We're in Mr. Matt on Guard's dressing room. This is our client's room. Oh, hello there. May I help you with something? You're Mr. Ungard's lawyer, correct? I gathered as much. I also looked for lawyers on my end, but to no avail. How do you know I'm his lawyer? You were just saying that he's your client. In a situation like this, the only person who would use such a word would be his lawyer. Wow! It's a simple deduction, really. The trial's tomorrow, and Mr. Ungard's situation is looking rather grim. God damn! She's the fucking murderer, isn't she? Ugh. I know it! I know it! So you came here one stop in your mad dash to find clues to build this case, correct? Well, you're not totally right, but you're not totally off either. That's really useless information, Phoenix. It's really not the time to be showing off, Mr. Nick. I am Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business. Alright. She may be of small stature, but appearance can be deceiving. Man, she is smoking. I assume the first thing you need to know is what everyone was doing that night, correct? Yes, that is correct. Then I will tell you. Before the awards ceremony, I had dinner with Mr. Ungard. What does she have in her... Flip it again. What is that, seashell? In this very room, I might add. Dinner? What'd you eat? I told you, I hate to waste time with trifling details. If you take a look at the table yourself, you wouldn't need to ask me. I bet she's a lot of fun at parties. When the awards show was starting, I headed for Viola Hall. And after the show ended, you came back to this room? No, I had some small errands to run. I helped with the preparations in the lobby. Oh, preparations for the post-ceremony show, I guess. When it was time for the post-ceremony show, I came back to the call from Mr. Ungard. After that, I went to visit Mr. Corrida. And that's when you found his body, isn't it? You really held strong through everything! Yeah, she does seem to be mentally tough as nails. So about you and... Stop right there. You aren't seriously about to ask how Mr. Ungard and I are related, are you? Sorry, I have no idea how he could chose you as his lawyer. Nice grammar there, lady. Why did she have to go and say something like that? Mr. Nick, calm down and hang in there. I'll give you a shoulder rub to relieve your stress later, alright? Oh my god, she's just so cute. What a nice thing to do. I already gave you my name earlier, but I'll add that I'm Mr. Ungard's manager. I mean, that's like the most obvious thing in the world. But why was she talking to Mr. Corrida? That doesn't make any sense. Manager. Speaking of managers, did the victim, Mr. Corrida, have one? No, he did not. He didn't? Global Studios has a very different policy from Worldwide Studios in that Worldwide Studios does not assign individual managers to their stars. I see. This industry is very ruthless and unforgiving. Actually, you look quite ruthless and unforgiving yourself to your poor partner. Dragging a little girl like her to places like this, honestly. You're wrong! I'm doing this to help Mystic Maya! I mean, it is kind of ridiculous. Pearls, calm down and hang in there. I'll buy you a juice later, alright? Nah. Actually, do this first. I asked to become Mr. Ungard's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition. Mr. Ungard does seem like a rather weak-willed man, always doing as he's told. He's always saying my manager, right, Mr. Nick? Did you know the victim, Mr. Corrida? Yes, I knew him. The world is such a small place, after all. Did you know about his rivalry with the Nickel Samurai? Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die. I've got a hunch that this woman knows more than she's letting on. She must know why Juan Corrida was killed. That's Mr. Will Powers. He's an actor contracted with Global Studios. He's a very nice man, a man with a good heart. But that's all he is and ever will be. God damn, woman! Relax. What a horrible thing to say. Society doesn't care about genuinely nice people, Mr. Wright. Huh? For a second, her face twisted in pain. I wonder if something happened to Miss Andrews. She does seem jaded. Like, because of something that happened. Let's hear about this. You were the one taking care of the arrangements for this press conference, right? Yes, that's right. But Mr. On Guard said he didn't know about it. Is that what he said? Huh? Actually, I didn't know all the details either. It was a request from the publicity department. All I did was help out and do what I was asked. Oh, I see. I wonder about that. I wouldn't take her to be the type of person to do something without knowing the details. So do we have anything additional? Yep. Do you have any ideas as to... Yeah, what? Finish your damn sentence, Phoenix. As to why Mr. Corder was murdered. Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job. So do you have any ideas? 4 fucking locks. God damn it. Miss Andrews? Sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation. Is it a psych lock, Mr. Wright? Yeah, there's getting to be more and more of these lately. There's a giant bone sitting on the plate. I don't really like meat. There's something weird about this plate. Just wish I could put my finger on what it is. Well, I can't fucking see it. There's a bone, a plastic fork, which, I mean, that's kind of an issue if you're eating steak. There's some red stuff, which might have been the tomato juice or jam or whatever the fuck was in Juan's room. Looks like the dishes left over from dinner. Dinner for 2 at that. I'm sure they're Mr. On Guard and Mr. Andrews' plates. Looks like they had T-bone steaks. What's with the Global Studios and T-bone steaks? Bad T-bone steaks. Yeah, so there's a knife here, but there doesn't look to be the meat bone here. The meat bone only looks like it's here. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But then you have a butter knife, which again ain't cutting shit. A plastic butter knife is here instead of being here. Very interesting. They said that a knife was in his chest, but it doesn't look like that knife. It looks completely different from that knife. All right, I wonder... Shit. Didn't actually... Okay, well... Oh, Mr. Wright, how are you? Oh, Mr. Powers, have you been here the entire time? Yeah, people connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave. Why are you connected, though? Just because you know them? Can you tell me a little more about the Nickel Samurai TV show? Okay. The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's a sequel to the Steel Samurai. I see. This time there are 3 samurai brothers, Aluminum Samurai, Tin Samurai, and of course the Nickel Samurai. It's a Love Y in Neo Tokyo. I see. Wait, a love what? A Love Y. This girl, Sayo, works at a tea shop and all 3 guys fall for her at the same time. Well, I guess the Y-shaped is like the 3 brothers colliding over this one girl. Yeah, it's reverse harem. It's actually really cool. Anyway, Sayo is actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader. Sounds like an unusual situation. Like Romeo and Juliet ×3. Yeah. Strange thing is, this sort of forbidden love story is really big with the office ladies. Yes, Pearl? What happens next? I want to know. Miss Sile, does Miss Sile want love? She does, doesn't she? Every Sunday at 8 a.m. I'm going to stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theater starting this week. Can't believe she's really considering it. So what's the Jammin' Ninja TV show like? It started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth. The Jammin' Ninja, like the samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's the story of a ninja who can't scale a wall but became a big pop star anyway. What? He was a really lousy ninja, probably because he wore all that red and carried around a red guitar. Absolutely couldn't do any ninja things right at all. But boy, could he sing. With his trusty bright red guitar in hand, he took the ancient world by storm. A ninja with a bright red guitar. And then the final fight in front of his beloved Princess Misola, Jammin' versus the, Muromachi 5. Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-jamming cold the night before Battle 3. Oh, that's too bad for him. Yeah, this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, bro?
What happens next? I want to know. The Jammin' Ninja, will he be able to sing? What about Princess Misola?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m. Well, not anymore, I guess.
Which show should I watch?
I can't believe she's really considering it, especially because the one show isn't gonna happen anymore because the dude is fucking dead. Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit, just a little. So Mr. Powers likes this type of woman. What do you know about Miss Andrews? Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her, you know? There's sort of a small rumor going around about her right now.
A rumor?
If you're interested, I'd be glad to share what I know. He's so happy he looks like a lion that's found his next meal. Do you mind telling me about this gossip? So you are interested in it. I figured you would be. Yeah, I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip, too. Oh, really? You too, huh? Yeah, so take a look at this. Looks like a tabloid Mrs. Oldbag would read. All right, let's see here. Jam and Midnight Rendezvous? To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. You see now, don't you? What? You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Mr. Corrida didn't have a manager of his own, which means if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials AA. Adrian Andrews? Yes, exactly. This is big news. But it seems like kind of odd. That woman, Miss Andrews, together with the biggest rival of her client? It's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people.
Mr. Powers looks so happy.
Prose is just following along, not having any idea as to why she's smiling. Well, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. Okay, let's go check out Miss Oldbag. All right, let's see if we can get one of these psych locks. All right, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please tell us what you saw. But oh, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you young'uns' expense. I am a little devil after all. That doesn't imply you aren't a good person. All right, I'll give you what you want. Boom. Yeah, that's Ron's autograph. Yes, it is. And it even says to my dearest Wendy on it. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? Well, it may say Wendy, but it sounds like I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please give it to me. Let me have it, please. Oh, I can't let you have it just like that. Yes, I know. And how about an exchange? God damn, really? It took off 3 locks? Wow, she must have really wanted this autograph. My offer isn't good enough for you? Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. Wendy Oldbag, ready to open up her heart. All for my dearest Juan. But they only needed 1 lock for that. They just wanted to give you, like, the illusion that it was going to be super difficult. I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding. Oh, no. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet minding my own business. And? Did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or 2 out of it, maybe more.
Gift certificate?
I've been recruiting again for that part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow? This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty.
But Mr. Ungard hasn't done anything bad.
I don't care about details like that. I know he did my dear poor Juan in. I just do. Well, then you do care about the details if you actually believe that, you dumb... Oh, God. Hey, yellow-bellied chicken.
A yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like.
I trust my senses. You shouldn't. I know when someone did something bad and I say he did it. What did Mr. Ungard ever do to her to deserve this? What did Mr. Ungard do to you to make you so... You don't know? That guy framed my Juan. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan.
Mr. Nick!
What is it?
What's a scandal?
Oh, I'll tell you about that after we get home, okay? Poor Juan led astray by the vials of that vile temptress.
Mr. Nick, what do vials and vile temptress mean?
How about we just listen to Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, bros? Okay, so Miss Oldbag. So who's this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy. He shoved the girl on the Juan on purpose. His own manager? But why? I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of Mom's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have any proof that Mr. Unguard did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Of course, a tabloid.
Heck, sweet. Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet?
Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? Where'd she get it? Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're Phoenix, you're like, please stop. I would be angry at you for interrupting so much, but I just can't. So how about I will tell you everything we need to know when you get home, okay? Just let me listen to the rest of what she has to say, and then all your questions I can answer for you later, okay? Be like, you're never gonna be mad at her, right? Never. Aha! Lada, will you please answer my questions? Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm going to say that you were looking for a scandal. Grr. Could it be that you, Lada Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Corda and this person? Oh god. This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt Unguard's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. You can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that, that's what, news sauce? Oh, you mean news source. That's it. Show me something that shows that one guy had something with Miss Andrews. Okay. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss AA. Ah! Miss Corda didn't have a manager of his own. Mr. Corda didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. Unguard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Corda's door last night. Wah! Gotcha. You were looking into Mr. Corda and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching them in a secret meeting. There's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? There ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing, getting photos. Oh! I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest, some gossip and a little misleading. Wow, that makes me an awful person, doesn't it? Then spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive news story full of bullshit. Wow, Lada, nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know, but the paper I wrote on my note to myself is gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. I came here for my big story, didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's the people now anyways? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. You really want that note back, huh? Got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. I don't know if we have an... God, this seems like this is gonna be tough. We'll see. Miss Andrews, tell me all your secrets, please. Why was Juan Corda murdered? You asked me. I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Oh, that look. She is so... I can't even... the word I know... it's not cute. It's not even like... she's hot. She's hot. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Unguard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corda. You're not that close? That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Unfortunately, that's not surprising. You're not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow I highly doubt that. You and Mr. Corda had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you ever had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people had already bought into the story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Oh my god, she's a woman after my own heart. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see, however, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Corda? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Corda for this person's sake? Yeah, it's fucking bleedy. Okay, so that was not it. For this person's sake. So if it wasn't for Matt on guard, was it for herself? Nope. We're missing someone. You know what? Let's go. Oh, the lawyer dudes. So what'd you find out? I'm still in the middle of investigating. I see. But I've already told you everything I know, dude. Whatever, we'll go here. Detective Gumshoe, said they had an investigation briefing.
Yeah, oh, he's back!
Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. What do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's 2 big pieces.
2?
And both of them are in this photo. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That's a huge fucking button. How do you not notice that it's in your pocket? That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. Ungard. Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai special pants. And the second one is the knife in his chest. The fingerprints of the knife in his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt on guards. Because he was eating with them. Tomorrow's trial talked about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Fuck! So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well, I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab it. Her blab knob is stuck on 10. There's no turning it down, trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it out, pal. She said Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room and around the estimated time of death.
No way!
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Corda, but why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman... Oh! Fuck! We need to go back! A woman committed suicide.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste Impacts, and she was Juan Corda's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impacts was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one.
His mentor?
A woman who was both Mr. Corda's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about her, pal? I do. Tell me more. She was the victim's manager, is also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked together again by another death. Or maybe it's just fuck! God damn it, ow!
I'm getting sick and tired of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
So you must have a hard time looking in the mirror these days, huh? Yeah, that's right, I said it. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's come to blows. Just whip me hard. Perhaps I'm a bit too excited. Miss Von Karma.
You can't seem to stop aligning yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
You don't mean...
I do! Scruffy, you have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's...
Wait! Please wait, sir. I don't get this month's pay.
Quiet. If it weren't for the traitors like you...
I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Who? That voice.
Edge...
What a fucking entrance. Hell yeah. Edgeworth. It's been a long time, right?
This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth?
What am I going to do with you? God, scowling always. Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francisca.
You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You've soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed to be perfect in every way? That's their actual creed? That's actually fucking lame. Well, let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. Ooh, that face. You're like, ha, I heard you suck, bro. Get good. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you, never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Oh, you mean like the other 2 times when I had total victory over you? You mean that you're gonna make me feel that this time? Is that what you're saying? Give me a taste of the thing that you had happen to you twice already? Okay, we'll see. Still the same wild mare she always was. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick! I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Look at that. Look at that sly grin. Maybe a hello would suffice instead. Are you going to tomorrow's trial? To run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. Holy shit! Dude, no, you know what? Edgeworth did die and was replaced by a new, changed, superior Edgeworth. Phoenix just took it much too literally. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. Just what is going on inside his head? A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor, and a perfect win record is a proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd be better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. Good fucking... Okay, why do I suddenly have the overwhelming urge to slap Phoenix with the back of my ring hand? I see. Well, let me ask you something. Why did you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francisca, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who only think of their own ego-driven goals, those kinds of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there is still a lot you have to learn. A lot I have yet to learn, me? Yeah, now who's arrogant, Phoenix? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impacts died. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes, but there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing, no one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Adrian Andrews, she holds a large secret within herself. A secret? You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. Damn it, man, you're so pretty too, girl. Why you gotta do stuff like this? Why you gotta murder somebody? Oh, there we go. Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. Wait. You know, sometimes people just don't write notes, right? I'm not saying that happens all the time. But unless you knew that there was a note and then you lost it,
I'm not sure you can just assume there was a note and someone must have hidden it. Am I off base there? The suicide note? How do you know Miss Impacts had ever even written such a note? Me and Phoenix mind melding here.
There was no solid evidence, however. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger.
Ooh, okay, fair.
Which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim?
Oh, that was the picture that we made. Wow, that's fucking gruesome.
He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Corrida hit his own manager's suicide note, but why?
As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway.
Part 1?
You know anything about her?
What's wrong? How much do you know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you'll keep yourself out of my personal life. No, I would never. Again, how does he have this fucking phone? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. You're in detention! Who in the world are you going to eat with? The security guards? Mr. Nick! This Celeste Impact lady. Somehow I get the feeling she's a very important person in all this. Oh, don't tell me she's left. Oh, it looks like Miss Andrews isn't here. Fucking goddamn son of a bitch. That's not good. I still have a few questions I want to ask her. And she has that psych lock on her heart, right? Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. Yeah, sorry, I'm not happy. I am not pleased that happened. A superstar and an ultra-hot mega secret love scandal. Reliable sources say that Juan Corrida has been getting in close with the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss AA. That's the entirety of the article. What a shitty article. Look at his posture. This is fucking some sickness. This is elite tier posture. And there's a really shitty chair too. Look at this. Look at this shit. I'm so jealous. I hate him. I whoever that is, oh god. Oh, it's kind of cute. You don't even know. Mr. Nick, what is that stuffed animal's name? That's the blue badger. Oh, that's the blue badger. It's mine. I made it this person's mascot, you know. Oh wow. I'll give my side mascot every police station. That's the I do. I hope you succeed in your mission, sir.
I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less.
You're a fucking prosecutor. You gotta deal with it, motherfucker. It's part of your job. Well, we're a prosecutor. I love how he did come walking in here like, just give me the job, as though he's been gone for a year and he's just like, I have my job back right away, right? I mean, who else you have? This 18-year-old, like, just sorry piece of attorney?
Worst of all, the reports have multiple parts like that one. That has two parts too many, if you ask me.
2 parts?
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part.
Why didn't you just give that to me in the first place? Oh my god, that's weird. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name? It's Adrian Andrews. Miss Andrews? What did she do? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though.
You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. She hates everything and everybody.
Like, that's not really a secret. We kind of gathered that. A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside.
Miss Andrews, dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Oh, you're right. Oh, that's weird. Normally they just add it to the bottom. But I guess they cap it at 4? Just have it so that there's 5 there. It's not really that big a deal. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature?
Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts.
And?
And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. lost her will? But why would she... God, they love showing this photo. Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impax, was gone forever, that's why. Why would that...
Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely, and once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live, and that's the nature of her dependency on others. When Celeste Impax suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Okay, here we go.
Oh, look, Miss Andrews is here. I guess you just need to get specific information to get her to return. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Franziska von Karma.
Miss Von Karma? What are you doing here?
What the fuck do you think? I'm an attorney investigating the case. Well, I'm his lawyer, so...
You've got some nerve following me around. Well, I mean, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls.
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
Me?
Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting. Little girl. What is that? Electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move.
Oh, that's the beeping. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for the poor Detective Gumshoe now. That's gotta be some sort of workforce violation.
Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews, especially if that followed him like home. Oh my god.
Yes?
Think hard about what we just discussed. Ow, understood?
All right. What are those two talking about?
Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
This person's sake? Celeste Impax, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impax, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Corrido's manager, so I believe you got close to Mr. Corrido so you can find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Oh my. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death, none. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Take that! Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like, maybe the person who had discovered her body, Mr. Corrida. Juan? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Corrida. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste is my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is the proof that Celeste Impax was someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impax, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop. God, we are fucking grilling her. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death on my own, but No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The ones that said the police suspected Mr. Korda of hiding Mr. Impact's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with the reason to want Mr. Korda dead. Me? Miss Impact was everything to you, and then she died, and you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? It kind of doesn't make sense, because then she would never find out what happened. That's more of just a revenge thing. I'm accusing her of being accused. It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews! This one thing. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note and that someone was Juan Korda. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Korda to recover a suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposefully add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews! If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. Jesus Christ, we'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. Oh my god! She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. She's seriously like, mood. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. Ah, you noticed too. That card, yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ungard in your capable hands. Don't put that in the quotations. I more than proved myself. Shit. Well, I think we've gathered all that we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearl, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. Oh my god. No, that you need to go back to the office now. You need to go sleep. I appreciate it, though. You don't look fine to me. So what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's the suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver! Hello? Wright & Co. law offices? Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Thank you. Like, yeah. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Ew. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. That's my... Maya, is that you? Sis. Maya, damn it, you cut me off. Listen, Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Ah! Here we go again. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. What, you can just do that?
OP. Broken ability.
How's Maya? She's safe for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how'd you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left, then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use a spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. OP! The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And she didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. There's wine everywhere. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her. I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to say positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. What's this? Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Drat, it's locked. But this door lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here around here I could use. Ah, that's it. This shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried.
Oh, holy shit.